Hello, hello, all of my beautiful friends. How are you all doing today? This is Lynn from Blessed Handcrafted Creations. Thank you for joining my channel, and please like and hit the subscribe button. Today, I was going to do an illusion necklace. I've been wanting to do one for a while, and I had the pearls and stuff out, but a friend of mine, Beth, who has helped me so much, she was wanting some ideas on some minimalist post earrings. So I've got a whole lot of stuff out here today. I've got some little pendants. We just got all kinds of pendants out here today. We've got butterflies, just all kinds of things. I've got all types of beads out here. Some little dainty beads. I got these little balls right here, and they do, like, when they get in the light, they shine a lot and everything. So I have those. I have some different pins, head pins. I've got eye pins, just a variety. I have a lot of different bead caps out, some different jump rings and different colors, a copper, rose gold, gold, silver. Just don't know what we're gonna do. Some little bead caps like this. Got some of these cute little bead caps, and I've tried to get a variety: silver, gold, copper, antique copper. I have some of these out. We just have a lot of variety. I got some little sparkly beads and stuff. So you know me, I design on the fly. So that's what we're gonna do. And I have a variety of posts out here. I have some gold ones. I have a little bit fancier ones out here. So I have those. I have rose gold post. I have big post, small post. We just have a whole bunch of variety. So we got some tools out here that we're gonna need. I got these. I've got more tools over here. I got my one-step loopers out. Just all my tools are over here to the left of me, or to the right, I'm sorry. So whatever tools we need, we will just drop in and do it. But yes, we are actually going to design on a fly today, and I'm praying this video is better. I'm really trying hard. But before we get started, a lot of my things I want to tell you is Beadbox Bargain, Hobby Lobby today, the Gemstone Orphanage. I have some findings from like Amazon, because I get all my stainless steel rings like this in the bulk, so I have the different sizes. But most of my bead caps and everything are from Beadbox Bargain. These are from Hobby Lobby. I've had them for a while. So these are from Hobby Lobby. I have some little bitty bicones, sparkly bicones. I have these little bitty tiny gold rondelles. I hope you can see all these. I have these little bitty white rondelles. So we got a variety of stuff out. These are from Beadbox Bargains, if you can see that. Let me make sure we're in camera. If you can see that there. So like I said, I'm trying to get better and better. So before we get started, let's just say a quick prayer to God and thank Him for everything. Dear Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Forgive us for our trespasses and lead us not into temptation, and deliver us from the evil one, and give us this day our daily bread. Dear Father, we just want to give you thanks for everything you do for us on a daily basis, even things that we don't realize that has been good, because you're the one that did it, and we don't always realize that it's from you. And Lord, I ask you to help my channel to succeed, help me to get more subscribers and more likes, and help me continue to get better as I do each video. And Lord, I pray that you will protect each and every one out there, and just help us in this world, Lord. We live in a cruel, cruel world, and we just give all of our love and thanks to you. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Ghost. Amen. So, we are going to just start with some really little ones for Beth, showing she can just do these. So let's just get find out what kind we want to use that will go with them. And we have silver post, we have big post, we have little post. So right now I think I want to get these baby ones out that I have right here. They're rose gold. So I want to get these out. I don't necessarily like the metal backings, but it's what came with it when I ordered them. I'm trying to get some different kinds because I've been using the silicone ones, but the silicone for me are really hard to put on. So I really don't like those, and I just really want to try to get away from them. So let's get on the ball and let's start making some earrings. What do you all think? So first we're just going to start with these little love ones from Beadbox Bargains, and they're going to be really simple. I'm going to get the rose gold jump rings. I want to try to get the smallest that I can that will work, and I always try to use the smallest I can. So we're going to try, I think these are 4 millimeters. So we're going to start with the 4 millimeter. And we're going to get our tools over here. And I'm not sure how long the video will be today. It just depends on how many we feel like making. Just trying to give Beth, my friend Beth, but I think it's Bayul. I don't know, Beth. I'm sorry if I didn't say it right, but just trying to give you some different ideas. We'll probably do some cha-chas and, little things like that, some dangles. So this one is so simple. I'm just going to go ahead and put on my jump ring, and I'm going to attach my jump ring right here to the post that's got the little thing in. And you want to make sure that your jump ring gets good and closed. So we're going to do that. And yes, I just feel like I haven't got anything done this week. I mean, I worked out in the yard and did housework and stuff, but I hadn't had time to do a video. I just haven't had time to really make any jewelry or anything. So it's just been, I don't know what's been up with me this week. Sorry, but this light's in my eyes, so I need to move it down. I do have a hard time seeing even with my glasses on. I'm up for renewal this year, so I definitely want to go and get my eyes redone, because I do have a rare type of rheumatoid arthritis, and unfortunately it affects my eyes. So but we want to just make sure that little jump ring is good and closed. Give it a little squeeze. Double check it here. Make sure that we don't see any light through it or anything. And I just dropped it. So, and I don't have the best lighting in here. And first of all, I want to apologize if you hear any noise in the background, thundering or anything. We are having storms again today. Everything's flooded around us. Here in Alabama, seems like when the kids get out of school, we get our rainy season. I'm having a lot of problems seeing today, but I think it's because it's so dark outside. And, but anyway, back to that. Seems like as soon as the kids get out of school, we have this rainy season that lasts like 3 weeks, and it pretty much rains every day. And since we just put a new home in last year in August, we have red dirt here that they use to put for the house, because I guess to make it pack better, I don't know. We wanted a concrete foundation and they would not do that. They said here in the state of Alabama, we couldn't do that. Something about the moisture barriers that's on it. So we weren't too thrilled about that, but we had to go with the state regulations. So, sorry, I'm just having a little problem today with this. Might even need to clean my glasses a little bit. I'll do the best I can, and then I always double check everything. So we'll just go on, we'll do this, and then I'll go back and double check. And we're going to move on to the second one. Another thing, when you're doing, I've got to try to adjust my light a little bit more. It's like right in my eyes here. Sorry. So when you are doing your jump rings, I hope y'all can see this. You want to open them back and forth like this. Take your two pliers, whatever's your choice. I like these and these, but take them back and forth. I can't even get a hold of them. These are stainless steel, so they're kind of tight. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and put that in there. And then we're going to take this post earring and we're going to put it, you want to make sure your hole's on the back side, that this little part on the post, you want to make sure it's on the back side. So when you put it in your ear, your pendant or whatever you use is facing the right direction. So anyway, we got that one done. Like I said, there's our first, and see, I just laid that down. I thought it was closed, and when I laid it down against my white mat, it was not closed. So back up here, and let's see what I can do here. I lost where it was at now. So where is it? There he is. Couldn't find the little spot. I don't know, for some reason the light's like really glaring today. I'm gonna have to check that out and see. But yeah, definitely got to get my eyes checked. When you're doing jewelry work, it's very tedious work. It's hard on your eyes, to see everything. A lot of people have magnifiers. Unfortunately, I don't have the room on my desk for all of that stuff. I'm just blessed to have everything that I do have. I'm going to try to move this light around here, guys. See if I can get it out of my eyes, and then we're going to check it. So I always just take my rings under my light like that, and I make sure that I can't see any light between them. That, make sure that it's closed really well, because I would hate for somebody to buy a piece of my jewelry and they put them on and then they get home and they fall apart. That would not be good. So y'all, like I said, if you would do me a favor, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to my channel. I just got started. I last check, I had 39 subscriptions, so I've got to get, I think, 500 or 5,000. So it's going to take me a while to get there. So anyway, we got one pair of earrings done. Let's put the backs on them here. Maybe. I'm not sure I like these backs. They're just really, I think they're hard to get on. So I might end up changing them out. But I really want to order, I've got a show coming up June 6th, so hopefully I'll make some good money, and then I can order some stuff. Sorry about my nails too. They just really look crappy. And I just did them this morning, but I got a lot of scuffs, so if you can see this, this is our earrings right here. Let me try to make sure we're not out of there. And I don't know if the light's, it's glaring on me, but I want you all to be able to see it. So that's our first set of earrings. So we have those done. Just really bear with me so I can try to get the light where you all can see, get my lights changed around here and stuff. So first of all, like I said, we're gonna make our little pendants that we have. And they're just really, really easy. And, you know, you can take anything you have and just throw something on. So now we used rose gold on this one. So we're going to get out some, the butterflies have gold on them. So we're going to get out some butterflies. Or, I'm sorry, we're going to get out some gold post right here. And I do get the 18 karat gold. I make sure I get, you know, some really good post, and they're hypoallergenic, lead-free, nickel-free. So then we're going to dig in over here, and we're going to find some gold rings. And I find that I'm pretty sure these are 4 millimeter. I have 3 millimeter too. But I think the 4 millimeter for me works best when I'm just doing pendants. Especially when you want something as a minimalist, because you don't want anything to hang down, you know, a lot. You can still do minimalist. It's just, you know, you just want to try to do the best you can to keep them down. So we have that. And this. So my grandkids are coming down in July. I'm going to go to Indiana and pick them up. So we had to get the extra bedroom set up. I have 4 grandbabies that are coming down. So I had to get all them set up and everything. When we were getting ready to buy beds and everything, and a friend of ours had a brand new set of bunk beds that they had bought, and they're metal. I didn't want black, but it is black, and I'm not greedy. I'm thankful. So we're going to try to put this little butterfly in there. I'm going to have to open this up more. Actually, I did that wrong. I'm sorry, excuse me. Then we're going to open this jump ring a little bit more. And we're going to go ahead and put our butterfly on the front part of the jump ring. Like that. And then I'm going to grab the front part of the butterfly so I know where it's at. And then I'm going to grab my post and I'm going to hook it on the back right there. So we're going to do that. I still planning on doing the necklace as well. And I just had a jump ring out. I'm not sure. There it is. So anyway, back to this. I'm going to Indiana 1st of July to pick them up. So our friend, we offered to pay them for it. And they said absolutely not, because my husband and us are, you know, he's always doing something for him and things like that. So they said, after all you guys do for us and stuff, no way we're going to take any money for it. So we were very blessed. So that saved us a lot of money. Now, we did have to buy new mattresses, which they came yesterday. And guess what? FedEx decided to leave them out in the rain. They were in boxes, but FedEx decided to leave them out in the rain and not cover them with plastic. So I have the front of the earring facing, or the pendant facing to my right. So that way I know that this will go on the back side, will go to my left. That's how I do it, to make sure it's going right when I'm just using pendants to make earrings. So I'm doing that. We're going to close this up. Okay. And that's simple. It's that simple to make some little earrings. Very fast, very quick. You can sell them for a good price. You know, they're just very, very fast. Like I said, doesn't take you very long to make them. So maybe, well, a lot of people could probably make them a couple minutes, but me, about 5 minutes, because I'm still learning. I'm very cautious. So let's get these up. Hopefully y'all can see them. So there's our butterflies. I'm going to not worry about putting the backs on them right now because I will put them on my cards. And I don't think I have any cards over here to show you. I do make my own cards. So we're just going to lay all of our ones that are done back here to the back. Let me be right back. I really want to get some cards and show you. I designed my own. I have a Cricut that I use. So I do a few different designs. Like I did these, you know, for like smaller earrings and stuff. Can you see those? So I do those for smaller earrings. Then I have a little bit wider one. I make a little bit wider one here that I use in case, you know, bigger earrings. And then this one I designed in case I want to be able to put on, you know, like a bracelet or something at the top. So yes, I have a Cricut and I design my own stuff. Sometimes I use AI. I have AI, GPT chat. Sometimes I'll use GPT chat to help me design a lot of things. I mean, it seems easy, but it takes a lot of prompting. A lot of prompting sometimes to just get it to do what you want to look right. And you might say, do this, do that, you know, or make it this big. And then he makes it 3 times too small. So it's just, you know, things you got to work with. But it's very handy. I really didn't know if I was going to use it. Just for the fact, you know, religious thing and my beliefs and all of that. But so far, it's been okay. So next, we have these little bitty flower ones. These I got from Big Box Bargain. So they're come 4 in a bag, and I'm going to use 2 for earrings, and I'll make a necklace later, minimal necklace, and a bracelet to go with it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use silver on this since they are silver. So I'm going to get out my silver post right here. Oops. And they do have metal backs, but like I said, I just really don't like the metal backs. I just don't care for them. So let's show you this. This is my little silver ones. So that's what we're going to be using on these. So I'll need to get some silver jump rings now. And I learned my lesson to make sure I'm just about out of my smallest ones. So looks like I'm going to be having to place an order. And I need to get, just going to have to dig through here and hope I find a couple. But anyway, what happened to me is they come separated and I went to put them up and I did not have the box closed right. So I had jump rings all over the floor. And you want to talk about fun trying to pick all those jump rings up and find them. Oh my goodness. Goodness, it was just, what a mess that was. So now I learned my lesson and I make sure to close them all. So, you know, a lot of times I'm concentrating, so if I'm not talking, don't think nothing about it. Sometimes I get in the mode where I'm just really I'm concentrating, and you know, I just need to be quiet because sometimes I mess up. So anyway, we got my jump ring. We're putting the pendant on the front, and then I'm going to switch around my pliers to grab that front, so it's always on the right. I'm right-handed, and I always do mine on the right. And then we're going to come in with our post right here, and we're going to hook it to the left side of the ring. That way you don't have to, like, oh, I turned that backwards, you know, and stuff. Just little ways to figure things out that makes it easier, makes it a little faster, and you don't have to take a lot of time repairing it. Because when you do it that way, when you always do left to the right, you know which way it's going. And it's just, that's how I do it. Everybody has different ways how they do everything. Every jeweler has different ways, different ideas and stuff. So this is how I do mine. Again, open your jump rings back and forth. Well, I thought I had my, there it is. Just had it turn. Okay, you want to open your jump rings like this. Grab them and then twist them back towards you. You can twist them the other way. I twist mine back towards me. And then I hold one side with my pliers, and I make sure the front is facing this way. Okay, and then I'll switch my pliers around, and I will put my post, if I can get a hold of it, put my post on the left side of the ring. Just like that. And just like that. Close that up. Oops. Okay. Make sure it's closed. Absolutely is. All right. There's 3 pair of earrings already. 3 pair of earrings that we made just that quick. They're beautiful, but yet minimal. You know, they could be for kids. They could be for adults. Just, you know, whatever. All right. That's all the pendants I had out, except for I actually have these links right here, which came from Beadbox Bargain as well. I think they have little trees on them. I think that's what they are. Some little trees. It's got a little cubic zirconia. So this one, we have top and bottom. So we're going to get a head pin, and we're going to put some beads on and attach that. And let's see what we can do. Let me get a head pin out here. Now, I don't know why my head pins come in and they're all bent. I mean, they are really bent bad. So, look at this. They're awful. So, I take mine, I'll use my finger if I can. You know, some of them are tough. But then I take my nylon pliers and I'll just straighten it. I'm not worried too much at the top. These don't seem to be the best. I mean, they're supposed to be stainless steel, but they don't feel really secure like my last ones were. But I want to try to keep them as straight as we can. Just do that for a few times. Okay, so now we've got some dark green in this. So let's find some beads that have some green or something like that, you know, that will go with them. Some little sparklies. I have these crystals over here. So we got some different colors in that, and I think that would go good with it. So let's go ahead and get a couple crystals out. Oh, I also have these over here. They've got hearts and stars and things like that in it. So I think I want to go ahead. I want to get a couple stars out. I'm sorry, hearts. I'm going to get a couple hearts out. And we don't want to make them too long because we do want them to be minimalist. So I have those, and let's see what else I want to use here. I don't know. Do I want to put a bead cap in them, or we need something in silver for sure? Well, not really, because I do like to mix my metals. I love mixing my metals. So what do we want to do? Do we want to mix metals or not? Okay, well, we're going to put these on. First of all, I got to see, make sure these don't fall off of there. Nope, they'll stay. Let's see if the little hearts will stay. Yep, they're all good. So let's go ahead and I'm trying to look for one more, and I'm not sure what I want to. Really would like to put like a darker green or something in. I'm not a big green person, if y'all. So I don't unfortunately have a lot of green. So I've got this bag of sparklies too. They're AB transparent Austria glass rondelles. So I have these in a whole bunch of colors, but that's a pretty color, but don't think it'll go with that. So we're gonna I think we're just gonna go with what we got. And I really like to do wire wrap, but let me tell you, I am not good at wire wrap. I practice and I try, but let's put this in with the heart and let's see how that looks. See if I like it or not. If not, we'll figure something else out. Okay, so that's really kind of cute. I think it's kind of cute. I like it a lot. I'm trying to make sure y'all can see here. So I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to attempt to do a wire wrap on this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my hand. I'm going to bend this back like that. I'm going to grab I'll find it. Now I like to use my tool. So I'm going to grab the smallest one and I'm going to put it up towards me like this. Leave just a little bit of room down there. I'm going to take my wire, I'm going to bend it over, then I'm going to turn my pliers like this, and I'm going to, I don't know if you can see, take that one around like that. So that's what I have so far. And then I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to grab my flat nose here. I want to make sure I'll straighten it up when I'm done. So then I'm just going to take my wire. Let me do this. I got to turn it around here. I'm sorry about that. It's raining again. Very sorry if you hear this noise in the background. Like I said, it has just been nonstop. So this is probably why I'm not the best, but I like to use my tools so I can get a tighter wrap. So, whoops. So, and like I said, I'm not very good at this. And I'm not sure if I can even do it, but I'm attempting. Oops. And if it doesn't, guess what? Oh. That just, did you see that? My wire just broke, or something broke on it. That's like really weird. So we're gonna just probably wrap this like 3 times, just so it gets tight on there. Oh, the coating has come off of it. Now all you see is the copper. All right, we're gonna cut this and we're gonna redo it. I do not like how that coating come off. So those we will not be using. We are not gonna use those. So I'm gonna get my cutters. I'm gonna cut these off and I'm going to redo it. Look at this. All that flaked off of there, and it's copper under it, but if y'all can see that, it's not something I want for my customers. So we're gonna cut that off and get rid of that one. I also, somebody suggested using Opalon, and I bought some Opalon. It's from Beadsmith, and I ended up thinking, okay, well, you know, the stretch, that's good. Beadsmith's supposed to be a good name and everything, and I'm not saying they're not. But unfortunately, what happened to me was when I got it and I started to do a stretch and stuff on it, the more I stretched it, the more it's a fiber. So that's why it's supposed to be better, right? Because it's fiber. Well, it's not. And the more I stretched it, the more the fibers just kept falling off and falling off. It was horrible. A horrible, horrible mess, let me tell you. All right, we're going to straighten these up a little bit. Like I said, I have a bunch of stuff out here. I'm not sure how many we're going to make or anything like that. You know, but we're going to do a few pair. I just don't want to keep people really, really long. So, boy, this one's really mint. I don't know why they bend these like that, you know, so bad. And they're in a box when they come and everything. And supposedly they're 20 gauge stainless steel, but let me tell you, sometimes it makes me seriously wonder if they are. So let's go back to this. Like I said, I'm very sorry for that rain. We do have a metal roof. Hopefully you can still hear me. And I do want to try my hand again at this wire wrap. So let's bend this over right here. Might have to use my tool on this one. I'm not sure. So I've got it bent right here. And then I'm going to come in with my little tool here. I'm going to grab it, maybe. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to bring that forward towards me, like that. A little tough. It's a little hard for me to do, I'm sorry. So got that. I'm going to then flip them over. And then I'm going to take it and take the back around to make my loop. So we have that right now. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. My loop's a little bigger than I want it. So I'm going to grab this. And I have to do with my other hand. I'm going to go ahead and grab my other pair. Well, maybe. I was going to grab my other pair of flat nose. Here they are. I just like wrapping with them better. So I'm going to hold this. Like that. I'm going to make sure my beads are down out of the way. I'm going to grab my wire like this. I'm going to try to wrap. I might not get as many times on this one. It is a stronger wire, I see that. I just want, you know, my beads to be tight. I try to end mine in the back. That way when I cut it, it will be more to the back. So, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. So, there's what we have right now. You see that? Straighten this up a little bit. And this may end up being my back. I get my cutters and I'm going to cut that sticky out thing out. Cut it down as close as I can. And then I'm going to take these and I'm going to squash that in there. So there's nothing out for anybody to get poked. Try to get that in there. I'll just kind of walk it around a little bit like that. And always I check and I feel a little bit poking out right there. So let's go ahead and give it a squeeze right there. Maybe give this a little squeeze right there. Make sure, and now we're good. So we're going to straighten that up a little bit more so it's centered. And all right. Right here is our piece that we have. Our first little dangle that's going to go on. You can see it. So that's our first one. Let's go ahead and let's get our second one made here. And well, I didn't get 4 of the crystals out. I only got 2 crystals out, and I don't know why I did that, but I did. So yeah, okay. I've got the heart, got that. So let's get our crystals on there. Let's get our heart on there. Let's get our other crystal on. Well, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna kind of hold this down with my fingernail a little bit. My finger, I'm gonna bend that wire right down to that. I always have so many tools all over the place. So I'm putting my smallest one up here on top towards me like that, and take my wire and I'm going around with it, coming over to the other side. Then I'm going to flip them, and then I'm going to take my wire around to the back. Try to make my loop straight as I can. Okay, so far we have this. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab this. And like I said, I have to switch hands because I am right-handed, and that's my more dominant hand. Make sure my beads are back out of the way. And then I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping. Maybe this one's off. Get that around there a little bit better. Grab a hold of it. Like I said, I love how it looks when people wire wrap. And I would so love to do more. I just have a really hard time doing it with my hands, and I don't think mine comes out looking very well. So I always use my tools. That way I can try to get it as tight and neat as possible. Sometimes I don't. So we're going to wrap this around, end up there. Straighten this up a little bit. Straight. And look at these. Looks like I need to squash them in a little bit. I didn't get it quite as tight as I wanted it. So let's cut this little piece off that's sticky uppy. I don't know if you can see it very well on camera, but it's right here. So I'm going to cut that down as close as I can. And then I'm going to take and smush him around so that he's stuck in there, you know, squeeze him in there good, so that when somebody's wearing the earrings, they're not going to get poked or anything like that. You know, got to be safe. I'm going to do a good job, especially even if you're making it for yourself. But, you know, if you're selling jewelry, you got to think of your customers. You absolutely have to think of them. And I wouldn't put anything out that I wouldn't wear myself. It's just that simple. I mean, design-wise, I don't always design stuff I like, you know, because I have to think outside the box. But as far as products I use and all of that, I would definitely, let's check, make sure it's not sticking up anywhere. Nope, it's down. Well, wait, there's just a tad I felt right there. So let's squeeze him in there a little bit more. There we go. Straighten him up. Make sure we straighten that up a little bit so it's centered. Straighten those up. Make sure that one's centered. And unfortunately, my loops never, or my wraps, for some reason, never look the same. So you just want to make sure that it's keeping tight on your beads. So we have that. Make sure it's straight and lined up. All right. So now we're going to get some jump rings here. And we're going to attach this to this. Like I said, I dumped mine out, so I can't hardly pick them up because they're mixed up in there. Well, I'll take that's all right. Take my little tool. We're going to need 4 of these. Let's see how many we have. So I'm going to have to order some more. So there we have those. And I love my bent nose pliers, are my favorite for sure. Definitely my favorite. So we're going to go ahead and get our jump ring open. Open that up. We're going to go, I'm going to bring it towards me. Some of these are really hard to, I mean, I'm glad they're stainless steel, so, well, goodness. Where is my, there it is. This is, I know I opened it. And we're going to see how this fits. I don't think we'll need another jump ring, but when we attach it. So I do this. Always put it to the front. Well, got my other pliers in my way. Always put it to the front like that. And then I grab them like this. I take what I'm attaching it to and put it on the back. And then we close up our ring. Like this. Make sure that's good and secure. All right. And I thought I got some silver out here. Maybe I didn't. So let me get a couple of, well, what do I want to use on these? It's a mess over here. Let me see what ones I was thinking about using. Goodness, I am so sorry about that. Kind of have these ones here I think I'm going to use. So I'm not worrying about right now putting any backs on them. I'll do all that later. So let's get these out, which I'm almost out. I'm going to have to order some more. But these look like little shells. You can see them? They look like little shells. So I'm not sure what kind of little trees those are, but maybe little palm trees or something. I don't know. Anyway, something. So I thought that those would be fitting. So we're going to go ahead and grab another jump ring. Grab a hold of that side. I'm gonna bring it back towards me. Like I said, it's your preference whether you want to go backwards or towards you. But always, always make sure you take it out this way. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our dangle. We're gonna put it on the right side towards me. Like I said, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and attach it, making sure it's going the right way. So, you know, when we put it together, it's going to be, you know, all facing the same direction. So let's close this up. Yep. All right. So far, this is what we have so far. And one thing I love to do is mix metals. I just absolutely love to mix metals. It's one of my favorite things. And metal mixing is really coming back in. So, it's going to be real popular again, so I'm glad because, like I said, I like to mix my metals. Sometimes I might use 3 metals, just whatever I feel like doing. Just go ahead and open this jump ring. I'm going to hold it there. We're going to put the front to the right. All right, and we're going to grab the right side. We're going to go ahead and grab our post. We're going to put it on the left side. Hopefully I can see it like that. That way we know, like I said, it is facing correctly. If you're left-handed, then you probably would do it the opposite way. I try to find the easiest ways. I mean, I'm still learning. A lot of learning to do. I did get some leather, so I'm excited to start doing that. I probably will do a practice one or something before I do anything, you know, open. But then again, it's a live and learn too, so I might, you know, do that. So I'm going to grab the left side. I'm going to make sure my dangle's facing to the right. Oops, I'm going to have to move my pliers a little bit. All right, so I'm going to make sure it's facing to the right. Put that on. Then I'm going to grab the right side of the jump ring. Hold on to that. Then I'm going to grab my ear thing. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the left side. Wonder if this one's messed up. I mean, it looks like it's there, but I'm going to have to check that here in a little bit. Yeah, I guess it's okay. It looked like this one was made different than the other one. So back to that. That is on the left. So got that on. Grab both sides of my jump ring. And I came towards me, so I'm going to take it away from me this time. So there we go. And I know, I mean, I've learned to expect, you know, when I order stuff, not everything's perfect. It's manufactured, almost, you know, your findings and stuff. So, that's, I learned to expect there's going to be flaws in it. All right. Let me get this up here on my hand and we'll show you what we have. So we've got that pair right there. So how many pairs we got now? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of earrings already just in this little time. So we might make one more and then we might call it done. I'm not sure. I have these, so I'm kind of wanting to find something to go with them, but I don't know if I will today because I really want to do these pink ones that I have. So I think we're going to do it in silver. So I want to grab some head pins and some eye pins out here. Let's get some silver ones out here. I don't know how many I want, so we're just going to grab some things out. And I don't care about the size, the lengths of them. It doesn't bother me because, you know, if I have a lot left, then I will usually just go ahead and save the pieces, and then I can make more head pins or eye pins, anything I want. That one's a little too short. I have all different sizes of these, so I want to make sure, try to get the straightest ones I can. Like I said, I don't know why these come out of the box like that. So we have those out for right now. So I got these little caps. I've got some pastels. Get these opened up. I'll dump a few out. Oh, my mat's always a mess, so I always clean it up when I'm done. Let's dump a few of these out so we can find some pink ones in here. But I think I might do different colors in there because I like these. I got these little squares too. Just make some little pastel ones, you know. Instead of everything being bright all the time. Let's see if that worked. Got my hand stuck in there. All right, let's drop a few off of these out here. And I know they're probably Easter colors, but you know what? That's okay because I like them year round. Not just Easter to me. And I'm thankful every day. So, let's get some of these out. Let's get a couple of these pink ones. So let's get a couple of these out here. These crystals, pink crystals. Let's get at least 2 hearts out here. I don't think I'm going to be able to use my bead caps on this one because, let's see if we can find a couple that are pretty close in color. Yeah, those will, something's in that one. I don't know. These come from the Gemstone Orphanage is where I got these at. So let's grab a couple of those out. And let's see, let's design and see what we can get, what we can do. I've got stuff just rolling everywhere. So let's get on the ball and let's get creative. Are you ready? So, I think I want to start with, I'm going to mix my colors, I think. So, I'm going to do a pink one. Whoops. I was going to do a pink one. And just do a little few cha-chas here. So, let's see what we got here. Looks kind of cute. So far. But we want to put something else on it. I don't know how a square would look. Let's try a light colored square. You know, it's trial and error. Trial and error. Which, yeah, I really don't like that one. So, but we will use our squares. So let's look for a little, like a little blue or something like that in this and see what we got here. Just, I don't know if this is really blue, but let's just, here's what we got. It looks more like a white. I'm not really seeing any blue in my mix. I thought I had some. Let's see, we might need to dump a few more out. Yeah, like there is some blue ones. Maybe I just Didn't get them out there. That's part of it. You just gotta, you know, pick them back up. So I really want a blue one on here. Really want a couple, or a blue one. So that's as close to blue, I think, as I'm gonna get. So we got that. A little purple, a blue, a little pink. We're gonna take our one-step looper. And like I said, I saved these because with the one-step looper, you can make more. I'm gonna put this right in there. I'm gonna bring it up as close as I can and keep my beads back, because I don't want it to crack my beads. And then I'm gonna give it I'm gonna bend it up just a little bit, and then I'm gonna give it a little pop like that. Before I take it out, I just bend it back just a little bit. So that's how I do mine. Sometimes it closes, sometimes it doesn't, but right there is our first one. So let's go ahead and get our second one made. Probably can use a shorter one. It's a little, this one's like really heavy duty, so let's get it going. Now, I hope after doing all this video, I hope it turns out better than it usually does. So we want to go ahead and find a light colored like we did with that one. Try to get them to match pretty much what we can. Go ahead and go with pink heart. Let's find our blue one. So, got that. And there's what we've got. If you can see them. Let's go ahead and get our one-step looper. And we're going to make some little cha-chas, and then we're going to string them on. So like I said, I always want my beads back out of the way. What I do is I bend mine up just a little bit. It seems to help it close better to me. So then I bend it up, and I'm going to do my looper. And then when it's in my looper, I just bend it, take it, and bend it back just a hair. And that way it usually will come out straighter like that. So sometimes it doesn't get tight enough, but so there's the second angle. All right, now we want to do some little squares. I just want to do some, whoops, I need these first. So I just want to do some little squares, different colors here. And then we'll make that into a dangle. So we have these. Well, I don't know. I do like the little squares, but I'm thinking we might need to do something else, but I don't know. I really like that. Kind of really wanted a purple in there, so, but we do, just don't run it really long. So let's take out the yellow. Let's do the purple first, then the pink, then the blue. All right. So there's what we have. Gonna get our looper out here once again. We're going to put it in there and go through that hole. Oh, whoops. See, sometimes that's why I gotta make sure my beads are pushed back, because I don't want to crack my beads. So I push my beads back, and then I always bend mine up just a little bit before I do that, and then try to get it as close as I can so they'll be tight. I have that in, it's closed. I'll pull back a little bit. And there we go. That one did not close all the way, so we will take care of that. I will get my round nail pliers out. They're here somewhere. We'll just go ahead and take care of that. Sometimes, like I said, it doesn't get as tight as I want, so, but it's all right. So let's get another little dangle like that going. We might have to get, we gotta get, so blue, we're gonna have to get a pink one off of there, because here's a pink one. And then, do we have purple? No. So, gotta get the lighter one. Let's see what we got here. Gonna have a lot of these babies to pick up and get done. Let's see, maybe it wasn't purple, but it looks purple to me. It's kind of a whitish color, I guess, so. Depends on what light it is you're looking in. So go ahead and get our one-step looper again. Get that back through there. Get those beads pushed back. I'll bend it up. I go there. And then I bend that back just a hair. So that way, kind of, the reason I bend that back, it makes it a little bit straighter. So there we have that. And we're gonna go ahead and I want to connect these right here. So let's go ahead and get some small jump rings out. I might have to dig into my other stash. Well, oh, I don't want, I know what I'm doing. Need a little bit bigger ones on this one. Because I changed my mind what I want to do. So get that. I want to get a couple bigger jump rings out here too. Might be too big. Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll see. Trying to find a couple this. I think we're going to go ahead and go with the small ones. Like I said, unfortunately, they're all mixed up in my box. So, sorting through. So we go ahead and I always like my round ones for this. So what I'm going to do, I have an idea. I do. I have an idea. Sorry about the thunder out there. I'm sure my dog is hiding under the bed somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on. These on. Like that. Okay, got those two. Go ahead and get the next one done. Oops, wrong size. Oh, and I didn't even get two out the right size that I needed. The next idea that I have. So, okay, oops, I'm going to put that on. Well, actually, I want it to be opposite because it's going to be on different ears. So, do it on each side, each heart to the outside. Okay, come on. Let's close it up. Okay. Yeah. My plans are I want to get a little bit longer bigger jump ring. Let me find a bigger one out here. And I will show you what the plans are. Let's see if that's the same size. Yes, yes. So, On the opening here. There we go. So here's my plan. I want to put some of these on this jump ring. That's my plan. Let's see if it works. Some different colors. Yeah. I have to move this around a little bit. And it doesn't matter about the colors. Not to me, it doesn't. So, well, somebody it might, but it doesn't matter to me. I just cannot keep a hold of them. Cannot keep a hold of them today. You know, I realized when you're doing this, time flies by. I mean, it literally flies by. So I'm going to put if I can do this, if it works, I'm going to put that one over there. Well, come on. Look at that. I just dropped it. Oh, my beads didn't fall. So anyway, here's my plan. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. Throat must be dry. See if this idea will work that I have in mind. We are going to... Well, I can't keep a hold of it to tell you if it's going to work. Isn't that just something? Now I've got my beads falling off. Goodness. It's something new. I'm fiddling with it. I haven't done this before. I'm just trying to see if it'll work. So, and there, of course, one of my beads fell off. Get that bead back on there. Try to get those shook down. I really want 3 beads, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do 3 beads and get it closed. And I think this is the biggest jump ring that I have. So, here we go again. And what I'm trying to do is put both of these on to this jump ring. If I can. If I can. Oh, bless and listen to that. Here comes this rain again. Which I'm not sure if this is going to work. A little hard to do. I'm not kidding you. It's a little hard to do. I don't think it's going to work. So, back to the drawing board. So I do know I want to put these on there, though. I do want this little dangle here. So I think we'll put it on the heart. Then maybe we'll do another jump ring. Maybe a smaller one with just a couple on there. And it just will not, this heart just will not stay on there. Oh, I think I think I know why. My one-step looper didn't close it all the way. That's exactly what's going on. That's why it keeps coming off. My looper, I mean, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't close it all the way. So it's one thing, and I forgot to check. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But when that's over there, I want to get a blue one anyway. I'm going to go ahead and change my color here. Go to that one. I want those to go around. Go ahead and put a blue one on this side. Blue one over there. Now let's try this again. Over there. Knock those down a little bit so I have some room. Go ahead and put this on the bottom. Now, right now it doesn't really matter which way these are facing. So let's get this go. Let's get this jump ring closed. Get this jump ring closed up here. Looks closed. Looks good. So this is what we have so far. Just some little dangly things. This is what we have. Simple, cute. We do need to get some more. Need to get my earring bindings out, my post. I had to find some small ones. All right. So we got silver. So let's get some silver. And like I said, I'm not worrying about putting the backs on them right now. I will do that later off camera. I don't want to take up your time for that or anything. So get these out of here. I'm just having all kinds of things going on today. I think it's the weather. Excuse me while I get a drink. My throat's like really... excuse me. Throat's a little dry there. Okay. So we are going to have to take and open this up just a little bit here so we can get the earring in. Right now, like I said, it doesn't matter which way it's going, but we're going to see how this lays. We may have to add another jump ring. It depends on how they're going to hang once we get it on there. Yeah. I think this weather's really messing with my hands. I'm starting to have a little difficult here with this more than I normally do. So it's usually a sign the storm's messing with me, because I just I'm losing strength in my hand really fast. I can feel it. Let's get Chip there out of the way, and let's close you down. Okay. Make sure that's closed up. And then we're going to see how it's going to hang. Whether we will need to put another jump ring on it. No, it looks like it's going to hang good. So there's our first one. Cute, cute, cute. Oh, it's so cute. I love those colors. And I know when my grandbabies come down, what's going to happen? They are going to want these earrings. That's all right. That's what Nanas are for. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this other jump ring. Hopefully it doesn't give us a hard time like the other one did. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to find a blue, hopefully. Oh, we're going to have to get some, goodness, I'm going to have a lot to pick up. Good thing I have one of those little scooper things, because it would take me forever to pick this up. Let's go ahead and get the blue. Now let me do that in my other hand. Let's go ahead and, well, this way I'm going to have to start with pink. So I got the pink. I think that's how I did it. Let me see. No, I put the pink in the middle. All right. Put pink in the middle and put pink in the middle and there you go. Put the pink in the middle. All right. Let's get this light purple on. It's hard to tell that it's even purple. And then let's get our pink one on. Okay, let's get our blue one on. All right, let's get our other dangle on there. It won't take as long on this one because, you know, I was trying to put both rings in them before, so. Did we just lose a bead? Yes, we did. Blue, pink, and I lost my little purple one somewhere. Let's go ahead and get him back on there. Let's get this around. Round. Let's get a hold of this and get our little purple one back on. I don't know where he went. There he is. So let's get this on in the hoe. Alright, I'll try to get that smoothed around so we don't lose him again. Let's go ahead and clamp this one, our closest jump ring. Okay, well, it's giving me a hard time there. We need to get this one back down so I can make sure the jump ring's closed. And he wants to give me a hard time. He wants, that purple one does not want to stay on there. Alright, okay. Sure, our jump ring is closed. Give a little squeeze. It is closed. Alright. Let's go ahead and got that. Got that one. Let's go ahead and open this one up so we can get our thing on there. So we want it to turn this way. So when we put our earring on back, we want our hook to turn that way. So when we get put our earring on here, that it will, you know, face the opposite way and hang right. So that's what we're trying to do. So we got this, that one on there. I can get it on there. Goodness. Let's get this on there a little bit. Might have to open it up some more, I'm not sure. My goodness, let's straighten this up a little bit. Try to do it that way. Alright, let's see. This is a really heavy stainless steel one here. I mean, they're all supposed to be stainless steel because I like this stuff to be hypoallergenic, lead-free, nickel-free. So, let's see, make sure that's turned that way. Right. So that way, if you watch what you're doing and watch how you're putting your hooks in and stuff, then you don't have to add jump rings. So that way, you know, it's a little better. Makes it a little, if you don't want them real long, that way they don't have to be real long. But anytime you add jump rings, of course, that's going to add, you know, a little bit of length. Not much, but it always adds a little bit. All right. So this is our 5th pair of earrings. So this is our 5th pair. So I think we're going to end today because I don't want to keep y'all all day, but I just love this little pair. It's they're a little long, but they're still minimalist. There's, you know, they're still just really minimalist. So there we have it. 5 pair of earrings, folks. I want to thank you all for coming, taking your time out of your day to watch my video. And once again, please, if you have not liked and subscribed, please do so. And also share my video if you will. I'm trying to get it out there. I'm just starting, so I know it's going to take time. And I will be patient because, you know, that's how we grow. And I will be patient so that I can use all the help I can get. And I did open my community, so that's open now. And if you guys want to post any comments, you know, suggestions or anything like that, I am open to listening to them. And, you know, there's some things I can change, some things I can't. So it just depends. So I'm praying this video turns out better than my last ones have. So let's end this with a prayer, and then we will be finished for the day. Dear Father in heaven, thank you for being here with us while we did this jewelry design. And thank you for guiding my hands, Lord. And thank you for the people watching it. Father, we just want to give you thanks for everything. And we know, Father, that you are the best. Dear Father God in heaven, I just give you praise and more praise and more praise. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Ghost, I give you thanks. Amen. Amen. All right, y'all. Have a great evening and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.